Ethan Hayes and 6 months of denial. Ethan Hayes, whose face looks weary and vacant, begins his log not in the woods, but in a dusty rented cabin that has become his prison for the past few weeks. He speaks with a calm, almost unnerving certainty that masks an abyss of pain. 6 months have passed since he and his fiancé, Sarah, went on a high-altitude hike. The police and rescue teams declared him the sole survivor. Albeit with a severe concussion, Sarah was categorized as missing, presumed dead. Ethan refused to accept this conclusion. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw not the rock slide, but only a white fog, and felt her hand slipping away. He came to the Whisper Wood after stumbling upon an old local newspaper mentioning the Coven Stump. The articles described it as an ancient gathering place where, according to lore, shadows can speak to the living. For Ethan, who had lost all hope and logic, this myth became the last irrational, yet gripping anchor. They think I'm crazy. They tell me I have to accept the loss, but I can't lose what isn't gone. She's out here somewhere, and if these trees can hear her, then they're going to lead me to her. Entering the Whisperwood, Ethan sets out east from the cabin. The atmosphere immediately grows heavy at the forest's edge. The sky, which was bright over the field, seems oppressed by the thick, dark canopy here. As soon as he takes his first steps inside, the camera records an anomaly. His phone's GPS instantly reads no signal, and the needle of his compass, which he took out, begins to spin wildly, as if the surrounding metal is going insane. Ethan tries to rationalize it. Old ore, a magnetic anomaly, but the sense of dread only intensifies. It's just old metal, it's not weird. But the silence, do you hear it? No birds, no wind. It's like the woods are holding their breath, waiting to see what I do next. He follows a barely discernible, old path that seems to lead not to a place, but to some kind of inevitability. The deeper he goes, the stronger he feels guided. The first sign, the scarf in the ruin. Around the 5-minute mark of his journey, Ethan sees the first undeniable sign. He stands before a gnarled, lichen-covered tree. On its trunk is roughly carved a symbol resembling an inverted rune, or 3 uneven lines crossing each other. The sign looks not just old, but ancient, and seems to have been made by a natural formation rather than a person. This must be the mark of sacrifice he read about. But the real shock awaits at the roots lying in the damp. Dark green moss is a worn, sun-faded knitted scarf. Ethan tremblingly picks it up. No, it can't be. He holds the scarf to his face. It's hers. This is the exact scarf she wore in the mountains. She was here, Sarah. Can you hear me? Ethan is overcome with a mix of grief, hope, and mad joy. He believes this is proof that Sarah is alive. He tries to record something on his voice recorder again, but the device only emits a hoarse, distorted static noise and immediately shuts down. He dismisses this as another equipment failure, presses the scarf to his chest, and resolutely moves towards the only place this trail can now lead him. The Coven Stump. Escalation and malfunctions. After finding the scarf, Ethan feels a surge of adrenaline and frantic hope, but the surrounding forest becomes increasingly hostile. The misleading trail. Ethan follows the trail. The scarf was wet but not frozen, leading him to believe Sarah had passed through recently. He runs despite the exhaustion, ignoring the fact that his own breathing is not as heavy as it should be after such exertion. Anomaly I. Along the path, he spots an impossibly bright flower growing directly out of a rotten stump, despite it being mid-autumn and everything else around being dead. It is the only vivid color. Ethan pulls out his camera to film it. When he looks at the screen, the flower appears black and white or completely disappears, yet he sees it clearly with his eyes. This is the first sign that the camera, his witness, cannot capture what he sees, or vice versa. Whispers and missing reflections. Ethan stops near a small, still puddle to collect himself.
He hears whispers.
It is not one word, but a multi-voiced drone, like a distant, hushed conversation at a funeral. He convinces himself it is Sarah and other lost hikers. He shouts,
"I'm here. Where are you?"
But the answer is only an instant.
Dead silence.
Ethan leans down to drink from the puddle. He sees the reflection of the forest, but his own face is barely visible in the water, or completely absent. Just an indistinct, transparent silhouette. He is spooked and quickly backs away, rationalizing it as dirty water. But his panic escalates. Through shadows and shift in reality, the woods grow thicker. The sun has descended, but not in a way that suggests the time of day. It feels perpetually stuck at dusk.
Ethan pulls out his old paper map.
He notices that markers he made have vanished, and some features on the map have swapped places.
He begins to feel a profound disorientation and dread.
He finds a second clue from Sarah.
Her old torn photograph, not in his pocket, but pinned to a tree next to another rune.
On the back of the photo, written in a childlike scrawl, it says,
"Don't look back."
Ethan realizes this is no longer a simple search. It is a terrifying lure. He grips camera tighter and runs deeper in the direction he feels leads to the stump, ignoring the clear warning.
Finding a stump. Ethan pushes through the thicket and suddenly emerges into a small, perfectly circular clearing in the center. It's the Coven stump. It is a massive, charred stump, perhaps the trunk of an oak, that has stood here for centuries. Its surface is dark and smooth as if polished. Then soon, Ethan stops, struggling to catch his breath, though his body should not be tiring. His camera, which has been glitching the entire time, now suffers a severe, prolonged digital malfunction. He screams in frustration and hits it, knowing this is his last chance to capture Sarah.
He kneels down by the stump. He places Sarah's scarf and his voice recorded on it. Attempting to perform the spirit communication ritual he read about, he begins to speak with desperate determination.
"Sarah, if you are here, please give me a sign. I came for you. We're going home."
Suddenly, the voice recorder, which he just turned on, begins to play not his voice, but the last saved file. Ethan initially doesn't understand what it is, but the sound quickly becomes familiar and horrifying.
It is the recording of his own funeral. The falling is clearly audible.
Her voice, full of raw, broken grief, not a whisper in the woods, but a clear, close-up cry.
Words about Ethan Hayes tragically lost in the mountain slide, and a mention of his fiancé who loved him so much.
The heavy, dull sound of earth being thrown, his burial.
He screams, falls backward, tries to silence the recorder, but it plays too loudly. No! It's a lie! I'm alive.
I'm alive!
His panic turns into complete denial and aggression towards the surrounding world.
Confronting the truth.
The recorder abruptly goes silent. The clearing becomes deathly quiet. Ethan stares in horror at the stump. In its smooth, damp surface, he sees a reflection.
He sees Sarah behind him. She is standing there, looking at him with pity. He turns to her, screaming,
"Sarah, I knew it."
He sees that she is looking not at him, but at the stump. He whirls back to the stump and looks at the reflection again.
Sarah is there, the forest is there, but his body is not. Instead of himself, he sees only an insubstantial, transparent silhouette, or else sees Sarah crying and reaching out to the empty space where he stands.
In that moment, he understands that he did not survive. He is the lost spirit he was looking for. His body never returned. He was found dead, and Sarah, his fiancé, buried him.
E9 is in shock and drops the camera.
The camera, as it falls, accidentally captures a close-up of a headstone that was near. The stump, but which he could not see because he was out of focus.
The headstone Hayes, Eden Hayes, beloved fiancé, lost to the mountain.
The last frame.
Freeze frame.
The camera captures one final frozen frame.
It's not the headstone. It's a scene from his funeral, seen through the eyes of a ghost.
Sarah standing by a fresh grave, clutching the very same scarf.
Ethan just placed on the stump and weeping. End of recording.